All right, last time I did the worst covers in my collection for fantasy and science fiction, which is, let's be honest, like 99% of my collection anyway. Uh, so I had to do the best covers. I want to do the best covers. This is thanks to Treebeard Book Reviews for throwing this idea out there. Link below for his great channel. Definitely check it out and subscribe. Anyway, let's jump into it. All right, this one might be my least favorite in the series, but it's still a decent book. But its cover, I just think is so cool. So many things to just be curious about. What the heck is this tiger doing here? What's the light? What's this kid over here doing back in the back? What's the cage all about? Lots of interesting things to think about and just great artwork. So I think that's a great one. And it goes all the way to the back, so I think that's a pretty cool one. That one is a good one. It's a keeper. All right, it kind of goes along the same lines. I don't know, the same thing that just kind of sticks out to me is some beauty, some greenness. But this is my the Fellowship of the Ring, J.R.R. Tolkien, as if you needed to know who this is. But I love this cover. It is, I tell people, the only movie cover that I actually enjoy and can stand on a book and think work, because this is actually a still from the movie itself. That's how amazing those movies are, that they can produce this kind of an amazing cover. I just love it. So it brings me back to the Shire every single time I look at it. All right, this one was a no-brainer. I love this series, and the artwork is just amazing. Daniel Abraham. I learned about this series when I was an addict to the Not a Blog by George R.R. Martin, and I fell in love with it. I just love the whole thing, the whole idea of how people communicate with extra kind of movements and whatnot, and then just this shows why I love fantasy, because you can take a concept that just is earth shattering. It changes the whole way of life for a civilization and gets you really thinking just big, and I love that. This book specifically has one of the best uses of foul language that I've ever read, because it doesn't use it in the whole quadrilogy. What is it? So it's 4 books long. This is the last book. And then it uses this perfectly timed word that I will not use here because my kids watch this. And you're like, oh, this is serious. So anyway, well played. This is a cover right here that I immediately fell in love with, along with the rest of the trilogy, and then it's also on top of it just a wonderful series. This is Promise of Blood. The rest of them, I could just include them as well. It's so amazing. It's so awesome. Kind of a matte finish, so it's not reflecting actually, so that's kind of nice. But I just love this cover work. Definitely, I had to choose the first one, even though I might like the other ones more. They're a little more action-packed, but this one says a lot. This guy sitting on a throne. Should he be there? Should he not? I don't know. What? Actually, no, because I read it. But Thomas here? Is that how you just say it? Is Thomas? It's been a while. I don't have it in my head canon. It's fallen out a little bit. Wonderful series. Insanely good covers. I just love them. All right. Do you like boats as much as I do? Because I like boats on my covers. And Ian C. Esselmont's Malison series has boats in like 4 out of the 6 books, at least in this series. I forget if there's more in the others. I love the boats. I just think they just give so much to it, and it looks so cool. Yeah, this is Steve Stone. Steve Stone's work here. I should be including who these are. I'll try to do that in my editing. Just wonderful. I love the boats, though. I think they look so cool. Really make you think, okay, what's going on here? This is an interesting series by an author I really like, because I've read his other stuff, but I actually haven't read this one. But this definitely made me think. Look at how cool this series is, or this book cover is. Is that a horse? I think so. It's kind of like, almost looks like it might have the, like the Minas Tirith kind of a up here. So I just love it. It's supposed to be, I think, a portal fantasy. Anyway, so you got a little door here. Anyway, it makes me kind of think, here, what's going on? Love this cover here. Got a little more. There's the back there, but this cover just wonderful. Will Elliott wrote one of my favorite books that I keep recommending to people. That's weird and awesome. Pilo Family Circus. Check that one out for sure. So if you've heard of Raymond Swanland, you'll understand. His works are just insane. Here's one that I own. I was trying to find a different one because this is definitely clearly an old library copy, but it's still just such a cool look at all that's going on in all of his works. And this is just, I could show you a bunch more by Swanland, but I just love what he's done here. That just is so insane. Just makes you, I don't know, just gets you right into it, I feel like. I could probably use put this whole series up, but this one's a cool one because the author himself actually did the artwork as well. And so that's why I think I was like including these kinds of things. Wintertide by Michael J. Sullivan. This is probably my favorite. I just like how much detail's going into this cool castle here. And I could have picked any of them in the whole series. I have the self-pub run, so the self-published run that he did before getting that deal with Orbit. And so I was really happy to be able to complete that series. I could literally have chosen any of them, but this one, very cool. I really like it, and especially when the author does double duty. It's pretty cool. I wanted to include this one because my 6-year-old says the hand looks like a butt hand. That's pretty much it. Greatest cover ever. Not only great covers, but great series. Actually, I've only read the first one, but I love these ones. Again, see, boats. I told you, boats. Just throw a boat on it. I will be a fan. But Liza Locklmora, I actually like the original one as well. I think this one's a little more, easier to read in public. I don't know, the weird looking glassy kind of castle. But I love it. I think it's so cool and magical. I don't know what, and that's just a guess of mine. Did they change it to be more readable? I don't know. Who knows? But then this one, I mean, the title itself evokes so much. Red Seas Under Red Skies. And then you got a boat. All right, finally, one of my favorite covers that I just think looks so cool and draws me right into it because it says fantasy. It just screams it at the top of its lungs. And this is The Sword of Angels, John Marcos series. This is actually the third in the Bronze Knight or Lucian trilogy. It just, I don't know, this armor is just so cool. You've got the Bronze Knight himself and getting attacked here. And then it's Todd Lockwood Todd Lockwood's just a legend when it comes to cover art. So it got me, definitely got me. Look at that. I mean, if you really look closely, I don't know if you can, but the actual armor itself has a face in the middle of it too. It's just messed up and awesome. I just love it. So anyway, thanks for taking the time to check out Shelf Centered. Appreciate your time. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel out, especially if you're digging this kind of thing. So thank you so much, and we'll catch you later. Bye.